All right, everybody, we'll get everyone connected in on our Super Saturday. A little bit on some bugs this morning, but no problem. That's technology for everybody. And good to have you all getting connected in. Once Sam gets everybody connected into our live Super Saturday, exciting times here. We had a great corporate update this morning, great leadership update this morning, early this morning. Welcome, everybody. Easter week, and here we are. Building across the globe. And once everybody gets connected in, we'll have everything all set up. We're going to pause the recording right now. Then we'll get all of our Facebook connectors. Listen, if you're not on Facebook, guys, don't worry. We'll put the recording in later on for our Super Saturday, and we'll get everything all set up so we can get our Super Saturday training material ready for you. Here we go. We've got a lot of stuff geared up, so we'll give everybody a few minutes before we do get all, because there's a lot of folks trying to still get connected in, and we'll get that link sent down to everybody. We're all set up, ready to go here for folks getting connected in. Welcome, everybody. Super Saturday with Super One. A lot of supers going on here, but I'll be ready to share with everybody set up to go. And, of course, I'm just getting this one last link set up for Sam and over to the team, and then there we are, all right? So, guys, give it a few minutes. It's your chance to get connected. If you came in through the Zoom link already now into our webinar, for a Saturday training. This is a little bit different. If you've never been to our Super Saturday training, good to have you. If you're a brand new affiliate, of course, a member, personal enrolled member, we call PEM. So you talk about a lot of the terminologies today we're going to get into also. And as we get things ramped up, it's a few minutes. And once Samantha gets into our connection, she'll welcome everybody in. And then we'll be ready to roll for our Super Saturday. A lot of folks from all over. George, good to see you. Ganesh, good to see you out there. Jeffrey, Kathy, Sharona, Tatso, good to see you there also. Tatu, excuse me. And we'll make sure we get everybody connected in from all over the world. Whatever time frame it is for you, give a shout out in the chats. Samantha and I will do our best job to respond to all of them. We've got a lot of great content. Number 53 is Super Saturday. That's how many we've done here at Super Saturdays with Super One. And once we get everybody connected in, a lot of folks are starting to jump in now, and we'll have a big Super Saturday. Listen, any of the questions you have as you're building a business, what is a Super Saturday and why do we do them? We'll talk a little bit about, it's really a structure, right? It's to have the understanding about how to build a real business. So we got a lot of content coming your way. Once we do that and I get the green light from everybody, I'm going to hit the recording here. About another minute or two, guys. We still got a lot of people in the wings trying to get connected in. And we'll be able to do that so everybody has all the connections for our Super Saturday. And again, as you're getting connected in, we want to make sure that you're having all the connections. Sam, if you're putting it into the other groups, make sure we do that so that everybody can still get connected in. And we'll have everybody. There we go. All right. Sounds good. Looks like we're getting all the new links coming in. And listen, if you got chat questions, put them in the questions area or the chat. It's a lot easier for us to view that. Q&A tab, you'll see that in the bottom of your tab area. Great to get you connected in here on our Super Saturday. Just about another minute, guys. Apologize for the delay today. We're on our game every week. Sometimes we have little bugs here and there, but we definitely have the opportunity to get those adjusted. A lot of the leaders that we work with are top of their game, and you'll see everybody connected in here now. They're all starting to jump in, and we'll get right into it. Once you see the recording bug light go on, I'll tell you when it goes live for us in the recording, and then we'll be recorded for this presentation. This is just an introduction before we jump in. About 7 minutes behind the calendar mark right now, but good to have everybody here today, Super Saturday. And then once Samantha and I get everything set up, Arthur, thanks for helping out today. Our head of affiliates, that's what he does. So many of the things that he does behind the scenes, guys. You don't realize how valuable he is. And I know he doesn't like fluff. It's really not fluff. It really is. He is a blessing here to us at Super One. We're so thankful that he's here. And as everybody is getting connected. And guys, remember, as leaders, this is what you do. You make sure your team is connected in. When something flares up or something happens like this, you got to be flexible, right? You've got to be flexible in your business. It is your business. You are running your own company with a partner relationship with Super One or Super.1. And you'll see all the upgrades with our new website and the new video we inlaid into there. All the stuff they're working behind the scenes, guys. A lot of programming going on, a lot of the structure for technology. If you're not a technical buff, you probably don't really care about any of that at all. You just want a point-click, point system business and ready to onboard people from all over, and we'll be able to do that for people gearing up for an exciting time. All right, Samantha, let me know when we got the green light, and I'll put our recording on for us. All right. She's like, wow, we went through a lot of stuff this morning to get everybody connected. But you know what? That's what works. Her and I have been working together for quite a while. We have our ups and downs of excitement, but more importantly, just that love that kind of wraps around when you work with somebody that you enjoy working with. It makes the business that much more enjoyable. And it really does. And I'm really thankful for her to be here. Really am, because she is an asset. And so many things that we do behind the scenes. She's a technical guru. She does all the stuff in Facebook. She onboards people, gets into onboarding questions, of course, volume, Zooms, conference calls, invites, all the things that you and I do every single day. All right, let's jump right in. We got a lot of topics to cover with all of you. We're a 90-day blitz, shooting for the stars topic today. If you got a pen and a piece of paper, take out for some notes, guys. If you want to do a screenshot, great. Because retention in training people is important, but you only retain a certain amount verbally, right? So I'm going to take my time at this pace. We're going to map out a game plan for you, how to get to that. Now, you've heard some amazing success stories. You'll see those a little later here that Samantha did a great job, again, putting together our whole lineup of all of our new directors, stars, superstars coming out next week. Our Success to Super One. We'll probably do that once or twice a month. We don't want to overwhelm that. But our Lunchtime Live is really an exciting time. You get to meet people like you and I that are advancing in their Super One business and building that. So 90-day blitz, what does that mean? Well, it's really April 1st, all the way through May, all the way into June period. You heard Arthur talking about our release points of things happening for game time. And guys, listen, the money's where? It's in the compensation plan. The game, yes, is a secondary income. The staking is a secondary income. But the money, the generational money that you and I are going to build here is in the compensation plan. And how do we do that? We do that with volume, right? We do that with onboarding people. What people are more excited when they get a direct payment into their digital wallet here at Super One. Whether you see it, I think I was talking with Jeffrey, Sam, earlier this week, and he says, Corey had called him. He says, hey, have you even checked your wallet out? He's like, he had just got started 2 or 3 days, and he'd already ranked up star in like 10 minutes and then superstar in 40 minutes, because he just got so fired up, and now he's a director 20K. And he says, no, I didn't even check. And all of a sudden he goes into his back office, hadn't even set up his direct payment into his external wallet yet, and there his income was. He goes, oh my God, it was like $490 USD. That's like at that time probably XRP was somewhere around that 21 cents. And guys, when you realize what you're involved in, XRP, Ripple, one of the, if not the fastest way to ship money all over the world. Beats out MoneyGram, beats out Western Union, no fees. When you realize what you've got your hands on here, Super One is a powerful vehicle for you to acquire payments as you onboard people in building and showing them how to start a real business, because that's what we're doing. Please don't use any terms called investments. We do not invest here. If someone brought you in that way, I apologize. That's not the right terminology, because you're not investing into Super One. You're investing in yourself. Like if you went to university, did they ask you for money? Yeah. How much? $10,000 a year, $15,000 a year, $20,000 a year? Did you go, well, I don't have it? Or did you go find it? When we show value for something we want in business, we always find a way. Any of you had that dream space you ever got into? You wanted to buy a new house or a new car or a transition in your life, whatever it may be, we always find a way in doing that. Now, our first topic area is, again, funding my XRP or funding my account with XRP. You need to onboard that. We have videos that we have with that. I've done a lot of little small short videos to show people how to do that. Then Arthur's put together a whole library that you'll see in our Facebook community. We'll post that back in there. This is only for affiliates, stars, superstars, and above, not for a new person. Please don't send a unqualified person there just to look at some of the content so they can make a decision. They make a decision when they come to a Zoom, an overview, a short video introduction, a one-on-one, a two-on-one. Those are ways that we meet up with people as an expert. If you use all your systems, folks, it's a really exciting business. So we're going to show you how to XRP and get your fund accounted. Also ranking up star and superstar within 72 hours. You know, there are some rocket stars here, guys. There are. I mean, there's the Jeffreys out there, the Coreys out there, the Samanthas out, all of us. You know, we all just came in and went, boom, all right, we're bringing in 3 people. Now, Not everybody's built that way. We're not going to always onboard a networker into this space. That's just how it is. So realize that it's very important as you're ranking up star and superstar. Now, what does it call to become a superstar or a star? You need to get started yourself, fund your account with at least $100. We'll show you the value of why you would want to do a medium package of $500, guys, because you're going to get more of our game credits. Now, remember, we're only spending about 3 cents per game credit right now. Both Sam and I, excited. Arthur, also all of the leaders, early on in our early days, we really funded people with a super amount of game credits. You're in the thousands of game credits. You're in a great place to be involved in Super One as you onboard into your business. And again, star qualified, $100 minimum, and then 2 people that you personally send through your referral link. Now, how do we do that? Well, we either send them through the presentation, right? They went to a Zoom, an overview, an introduction, and they liked what they saw. And then you send them the referral link. Then what do we teach them? They teach them 4 simple steps to how to onboard. 1, get enrolled. 2, where to start. 3, who do you know? And 4, pay attention / training. Write those down. 1, get enrolled. 2, where to start. 3, who do you know? Make a list of people that you and I know in this business, guys. It's really important. Don't think of the ones you think will, because here it is. The ones you think will, won't. The ones you think won't, will. The ones you think can. The ones you think can. I don't know how. I don't know why. I always chuckle at it, but it really is still true today. You get people involved. Sam and I said, I got this great guy. They come in like a firecracker. You ever see a firecracker in your hand? You could basically take a firecracker in your hand and light it and blow it up, and it won't blow your hand up. Squeeze it, and your hand goes off. So if you realize certain things, that they call it the flash in the pan. Somebody comes into the industry and they're like all excited, they're all pumped up, and they're good sometimes for about what? A week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Now here's the secret. Write it down. I'm giving you one secret, probably one for every slide today. But here's the secret. When you help somebody get a payment into their wallet as soon as possible, add another 30 days to their lifespan. Just remember that. Everybody has a 30-day lifespan. You're like, why do you say that? Because most people, folks, think about it. They try something, right? But they don't have a 90-day attention, right? We're coming into summertime here in the USA here in a couple months. We just launched spring. In about 3 months, we're going to come into summertime. And then in summertime, everybody goes crazy. Sam knows about this. I mean, she's on the opposite side of the world right now. She's going to be going into her wintertime here in a few months. So you think about that. And when you realize what's happening, so there's a 90-day window. So the more that we help people make money in their business, right, that of course gets them to what they call critical mass of building big business. Very, very important, folks, to understand about how this model works. In any model, really, in the direct sale industry. So 90 days away from called big income. If you keep adding more people, as Arthur talked about today, on our 60-day rule, which is fantastic, really, guys, giving you an opportunity to use all your volume for ranking up, a huge deal. Now, the phase 1 that I present to people in our midweek trainings we talk about, this is where what we call recruit and sell, or recruit and share your business with people every single day. Again, guys, until you hit that critical mass, remember, the game usage of game credits, yes, is going to keep that residual income growing. But what's going to happen? You're going to have huge conversions. Write that down, conversions. And also same for you right now. You'll have conversion people that are coming in just playing around with it to people that are starting to build it. That's also a conversion. Sometimes it happens in somebody's first 30 days, like Diana doing a fantastic job. I mean, she went like 5K director in like a week and a half or 2 weeks. Fantastic. You'll hear many success stories that people are just putting their head down. I think she got on the other day and say, hey, do we have anybody who speaks Russia? I've got somebody in Russia wants on board. You have 206 countries to open up business in. So wherever you are, you can do it right in your backyard or globally. But phase 1 is so important to build to that organization. Let's just call it 100 active affiliates in your business. That's a good number. Out of 100, let's say 30 of them are onboarding people every single month. Some are 1 week, some are the next week, but you're maintaining that growth in volume always. So like if it takes $20,000 in volume to become a director, 20K, but your organization's maintaining that. Why? because you've got 100, 200, 300, 400 people. Out of that amount of people, there's the active ones, there's the passive folks, there's the people who are just sitting in the bleachers waiting for the game to come out, and there's other people driving the organization. So it's very important, folks. I don't like to listen. We like to get right to the cake, right? We take the icing off the cake and say, guys, this is really what it really takes in this business. I'm not a fluffer. I remember when I first said, he was straight on board. You know, he said, here's our goal, here's what we're building, here's the company vision. And I'll tell you right now, we just hung on to his coattails, but we also learned how to build the business. You just can't build on just pure enthusiasm all the time. It's very important, right, to understand that. We'll talk about using your videos offline. Sam and I will show you what we do. We have 4 different videos that we use. Now we got our new corporate video. It's pretty cool. That's only a half a minute, minute and a half video. You can send that out to somebody. They go, wow, that's a really cool company. If you see all the stuff of creating all the success in that, but it has a purpose. Super One's more than a game, folks. It's a community. It's people that want to be entrepreneurs, that want to not only grow their crypto business, they want to grow their own business. They want to do that with the vehicle of Super One. It's how you fuel it up. It's like you got a Ferrari sitting on blacktop, right? And you got it just sitting there, and it's in idle right now. What kind of fuel do you want to put in it? Do you want to put racing fuel, 87% octane, 89 per octane, 93 octane? Or how about some jet fuel at 104 octane, which I used to run on my jet ski years ago, which is pretty crazy. So you get to use those offline experiences. Now build your list. Make a list of people you're thinking about, folks. Very, very important. Now, Sam and I are going to run through a little role play right now, just some things, because as we build that list, we get sometimes objective questions from people in that list. We have people sometimes that come to a Zoom. They go, I like what I see, but I don't get it, right? How many of you had somebody like that? We all have. Or somebody comes to the Zoom and they on board and they say, well, I don't have any cryptocurrency. There's different things that people are going to go through. Our job as leaders and future leaders is to train up. Think about if we train up 1,000 people doing what we're doing. Could you imagine all of us doing 100 Zooms a week? All of you. You're going to all be trained about how to do a presentation professionally. And most importantly, just with your personality, with our system, the system that works for everybody. It has to. So it's really, really important to understand that. So Sam, let's jump in. We got Samantha Chen, folks, down in Australia. I mean, again, I keep talking a lot about her. She's so fantastic to work with every single day. Obviously, all the heartbeats of things that are happening out there in the world, she brings that content back. Hey, here's what's going on over here. Here's what's going on there. Always know what's happening, which is great because it just lets us know we're going in the right direction. You know, because if things are surfacing up out there, kind of in our element that we're in, but don't really have the technology that we have, well, then you know we're onto something big, guys. And everybody wants to be a part of Super.One because it is the only super out there. In this space with their own blockchain technology, with their own cryptocurrency, with their own payment system, all built in for average, above average people to build a real business. So Samantha, good to have you. Of course, we had our little hiccup this morning, but you know what? No problem for us. And let's just talk a little bit about you and I kind of get into all the area questions as we do every single day and people out there building in this space. You got the beautiful backdrop there again, as usual. And but I got the, you know, what's my nieces here on backside of me. They're beautiful girls. They're all grown up from that picture. But let's talk a little bit about what people may go through in their business. You know, they think sometimes, Sam, that they're out there by themselves doing it. They get off a Zoom. They're all fired up. This is great. And all of a sudden they hang up the Zoom. They click the button. They say, oh, now what? Now what? They say, build that list. Okay, then what do I do with it? You know, so let's role play a little bit because we get some pretty cool questions. We've gone through a lot of the technical questions. You know, Arthur helped with getting the swap from our early adopters. They got them all taken care of. And now we're into that next phase of really building seamlessly here at Super One. But let's jump into some, you know, Facebook things that people do. Can you navigate through the portal area of the Facebook? Is that something you could do with do you have access to all the share screen for you there?
Let me check here. And thank you. There's one thing that I would note is it's easy for females. When we get stuck, we can reach out and ask for help. But I know men, it's a barrier. But don't feel like in Super One, you'll find we are the most approachable people that you can actually the whole community is very, very approachable. If you put your hand up, someone's more than willing to help. So don't feel like that when you're a male, that the ego gets in the way. Just put up your hand and every one of us is more than happy to help. But I think I can share. Yes, I can. Hold on. I'll just get the right screen.
Yeah, folks, as Sam's putting that together for us, not just in Facebook community stuff that Sam does, but it really is when you navigate, you see one of her posts, even a personal post. I mean, you see all the traffic she gets. She has many, many followers, personally and collectively, here at Super One. So it's real important because digital marketing, guys, is big, and she'll highlight some things of how to do it professionally, how to attract people to your connectors on the social media platforms. But we'll highlight a few of them here for today. Back over to you, Sam.
Give me 1 minute. I'm just setting up.
Okay, no problem at all. All right. Hey, guys, it's your chance to still get I kind of threw a little curveball once against you. Wait a minute. We were doing objective questions. Now you got me going to Facebook. Yeah, so listen, that's, again, about being flexible, right? And when she's ready, I'll see her screen pop up. We work really well together. We know how to coincide with all the things we do together. So listen, as you're doing all things in social media, remember, there's no spamming, right? There's no going into other groups and just posting your link. Don't do that. That's cheesy. You're going to get flagged. Your account will get flagged. You don't want to do that. You don't want to jeopardize the only one account. You can't go back into Super One and change your referral link because it got locked out of some other platform. So don't do it, guys. You only get one. So very, very important. Don't get caught doing that. We have policies, we have procedures here that we follow globally. And that's a global business, guys. There's a barrier sometimes in language that people have. So they may hear me say something. They go, I didn't really understand what he said. We want to make sure that everybody does. But it's really important to protect your brand, protect the Super One brand. You want it for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years and beyond, right? You want to be able to pass that resources on to your kids, future kids, grandkids, whichever. You're in full control of your business and doing just that. So as we kind of navigate through some things in Facebook, you'll see that Sam has her personal page up, but also she's going to talk a little bit about what it is in the Facebook community that she does that really keeps her profile not going into Facebook jail, for one, and secondly, to make sure how to do proper etiquette in building a real business online. So Sam, back to you.
There we go. I'm on a smaller screen, so it's a little bit harder to navigate. Okay, I'm just going to go through very, very quickly about myself. One thing as a network marketer is always do a little bit of a spill about yourself. So I've got here, I'm married to an awesome chef, which I am, a mother of 3. I'm an entrepreneur, and I profess I like living life to a whole new level. I mean, incidents in life, I've just taken a whole new stance being in the network marketing space, and that's allowed me to have that freedom to live it a completely different place. The way I actually market is very, very different from, I'm not spammy at all. And you'll very, very rarely see me put anything about business opportunities on my page. I use what we call attraction marketing. That's a more detailed session on another day, but just very, very quickly, what I do talk about a lot is about the food my kids are making, my kids, and I use this opportunity that when people actually respond to me, these are actually leads. I can actually reach out to any one of these people and actually do a message out to them and say, hey, how are you doing? Thanks for liking my post. It's been a while, if I haven't spoken to for a while, and just do a general conversation and see how they're going. You can keep it online on Facebook, or you can put it into a WhatsApp. If it's someone that you know quite well, just, hey, you fancy a call and have a chat with them. So in the network marketing space, or in my world, every one of these are leads. If I want to actually reach out to them, and I would. And every now and then I may pop in a teaser. People that do know me do know that I'm in the crypto space. So I may put in teasers. I put in some motivational posts just to get people going, because not everyone resonates to cooking. They may resonate to some of my inspirational posts, some self-love posts. And then something, this was a teaser. I typically do out of every 6 posts, 1 may be a opportunity kind of post. So this is just talking about a little bit about my the event that I was honored to get onto for the Japanese event. And I could reach out to anyone that looked at this, because anyone that would have liked this post would have been interested in something with the business, possibly. So that's just a general idea in regards to what I do in terms of my personal posts and reflecting it with my business. As Steve says, don't come across spammy, because that's the last thing you want. As soon as people smell that you are going to pitch them something, they run the other way. And if you do it too often, they literally will not respond to you. And that's something that I've learned over the years not to do. So now getting back into the Super One community. Okay, where are we here? Just getting into that.
And again, folks, as Sam's bringing that content in, from obviously she's an admin in the super community group. So we have literally 4 super community groups that we have, 3 that we manage, and there's thousands of people. I mean, I think last month, Sam, we had another almost 600 people jump into this super community group combined. So a lot of activity, a lot of great success stories. So as she shares that, follow along, guys. It's important. A lot of you guys don't even know all your training materials right here that Sam puts on the right-hand column. She put all those connectors in there for you. Recordings, back, all of our recent stuff, Kicking the App, Saturday, Super Saturdays, midweek trainings, all of them are in there, because that builds the structure into our model. It's important to you've got to have structure. You've got to have a team structure for people building a business. This is not a fly-by-night. This is a real setup, a real company with real support.
Yes, so as Steve said, so if you missed a midweek training, they're literally all posted right here, and this has been active since October last year, so all the midweeks are here. If you want to go into Kick of the App, which is something that I recommend, especially if you bring on new people and they want to know a bit more about the app. So rather than you taking them through it, get them onto on Sundays Kicking the App, or bring them here. I mean, they're all here, and each one is different in its own right. I mean, Steve mixes it up a bit and adds a little bit of a different flair with each of the training. So, and repetition is always a good thing. So even though you've seen one, doesn't mean that you're not. If you keep looking at it and repeating, you always pick up something new. So I encourage you, if you are watching these trainings, watch a few of them. It's just like with the webinars, bringing people onto the webinar. Each webinar, you will pick up something new regardless. So, and then pretty much on here, we have our Kicking the App, and then we put our promotions through. As you know, we've got our March Madness. I typically will put this in announcements. So if there anything new or that is needing to be highlighted, I'll put it in the first post. So as soon as you click on, it should be the first post that comes up. So that's the first one that's come up, and then there's other ones that have come through. And obviously we're live right now, so you can see that in the Facebook. And as we go down, keep going. So that's pretty much the navigation within Super One. Bring on a prospect, get them to sign in a free account, put them into this Facebook group, and get them to plug in, whether it be the training. And one thing that I have been asked quite a bit, which I will show here, is the sharing component with here. Mine may be slightly different because I'm admin, but typically you would just have to click share, and you can share it to wherever you want to share it to. And if they are in this community, they can actually watch this. So I can share it publicly, which will go to my my personal feed, Messenger, and right through. So you should have access to all these different ones here. So that's probably about it in regards to Facebook, a very, very quick basic overview. And if people are interested in a more in-depth run through of Facebook and how to search for leads, etc., reach out to us and we can organize a separate training as well.
Yeah, fantastic. Hey, Sam, also, too, while we're here, you see on the left-hand column, folks, you see how she has some admin tools, and there's member requests trying to come in. Now, I respond to some of those folks privately. So if they have something in there and they're trying to add people, like somebody added 25 people, and all they were doing, they were spamming. They were just spamming people to come into the group, and I booted them all out. Why? Because there's no reason for them to come in and see all the activity going, because they don't want to do the work to teach them how to build the business. And that's just improper ways to build the business. That won't happen. So make sure when you're on board and say, hey, guys, I'm going to invite you into the Facebook group that we put together. Make sure you answer the 1 or 2 questions in there, and then you can get immediate access. Use those terminologies, which we're going to talk about today, because there are terminologies that are going to be new for you. Like, what's a Director 5K? What's a star? What's a superstar? What's a downline? What's a referral? These are all new terminologies for a lot of people in this space if you're not from the network arena. So we're going to highlight those there. Sam, any of the questions that we get from the field that we can go through before we jump into the next segment? Because we got a lot to cover, guys. We don't want to go long today, but we want to make sure you get all the updates for what we're doing.
Yep, I've got a few questions here, and I think this would be interesting for especially this one. When would you recommend I go full-time with Super One?
Yeah, guys, listen, if you're in a career change right now and you're saying, hey, I need to make some money full-time right away, right? Because you can, whatever that income is for you in your career, like if it was $2,000 a month, $4,000 a month, $6,000 a month, whatever it is, people say, wow, do people make that kind of money? They sure do. They have to. There's mediums in all parts of the world. Like if you go to some places in developing countries, they may not make as much as you think they make, right? Sometimes, Sam, I've interviewed people, they used to come in with their resumes and they come in and said, 6 figures, or they made 60,000 a year was their average, which is about 5,000 a month. And you're in the top 5% money earners in the world, folks, at $5,000 a month. Do you all know that? That's $65,000 a year. That's right. That's 60,000. That's 60,000. So those are big numbers, guys, right? So that's a big that's a gross number, meaning the total amount. You may net 3,500, 4,000 a month, whatever it is. So to the question that Sam has, it depends. If you are going to run warm market or advertisement, guys, you haven't even tapped into advertisement yet. You wait to see when we start running real traffic in this business. We're doing right now what we call knee to knee, belly to belly, phone call, ear to ear, to post. That's what we're doing right now. We haven't hit critical mass yet. We wouldn't want to blow up this company yet, guys, with that kind of, yes, volume, love to have it, but I'm telling you, we've got a really good foundation. So you need to make a decision. Like if I onboard 10 personals with a $500 package, you're going to see anywhere between that $800 to $1,600 income for your personal income for doing that. There's real numbers here, guys. You can put together, say, and if you're personally doing it, if my team volume's at 10,000 in team volume, you're anywhere between a director 10Ks is either made between $2,000 to $4,000, depending on how many personals they have. That's some pretty good income at that level. So you can start determining, because the director ranks is when things really open up, another phase of income. So great question, Sam, but it is a personal decision. Sometimes it's scare, guys, right? You're like, oh boy, I'm starting my own business. So, all right, so if I have traffic, right, contacts, if you're interviewing people every day, folks, interview. What I coined years ago, interview style marketing. Why do I call it that way? Because you're interviewing people to look at Super One, to onboard. When you sometimes use the cliches like, hey, you want to look at something? Hey, you can sign up and get some. Those terms don't really work for the real smart people. Let's just put it that way. For me, it did, because I wasn't, I'm just telling you guys, I was moved by emotions, the excitement. That was my personality early on until I learned the business. I'm not saying it's not going to work for anybody or everybody, but sometimes people have to have more depth in the business itself. And that comes with the staking. That comes in with the crypto credit. The credits itself. That comes in with the XRP payments. That has meat to it. That has some depth to it. And it gives the person stability in their mindset, saying, I can build this. So, Sam, I hope that really answered that question for people saying, can I go full-time? You bet. If you're part-time right now, working a full-time career, equal it to your income. If I'm making $2,000 a month in my job, and all of a sudden I work 60 days, and all of a sudden my income's $2,600 at Super One because I'm really paying attention and duplicating, then you may say, hey, I'm going to give my notice. I'm going full-time, because if I did that part-time, what could I do full-time? So good question, personal decision, but something for you to think about. Good one, though, Sam.
And the second one is, I'm stuck. I ain't getting the responses that I'm getting from people I reach out to. What else can I do?
Yeah, new blood. Guys, I just want to share with you. You need to move on sometimes to new blood. And then what I mean by new blood, guys, I know you use that term, but it's really finding new people with a better outlook in life. There's a lot of people that are dream stealers, guys. I'm just going to tell you that. Your success is going to show their failure. Meaning that if they don't get involved, like, oh, well, that works for you, but it doesn't work for me, that's a joke. That's ridiculous. It works for everybody. You just got to be teachable. if you're teachable, you can learn this business. You can learn how the things that Arthur does and Samantha does and Adam does and all the other leaders that are with it. There's many leaders, guys. Ganesh and all the folks in India and, of course, in Asia and, of course, in UK, Australia, New Zealand, of course, Mexico getting guys. We've got some folks ready for Mexico to open up. That's going to be a big deal for us, guys. I'm telling you. Hawaii, we got some people browsing up in Hawaii right now. How many want to go to Hawaii with Super One for an event, guys? I'm telling you right now, every one of you ready to pack your bags and go on a Super One trip. It's coming close. So it's going to be an exciting summer for all of us. But yeah, Sam, it's really just it's sorting, not selling. Because you can tell from people's conversations, they may go, well, yeah, I kind of like it. It kind of makes sense. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Well, what, guys, I always dig a little bit. Well, what are you sure of? Tell me what you want. Get into their dream space a little bit, guys. See if you can fill the need. That's what you're doing here. I don't get upset because people don't get started, guys. That's okay. Not everybody's going to see this business. Not everybody's going to jump on board. We do have to be oyster shuckers. Out of every 100 people, you're going to get 3 good pearls out of those oysters, right? It's just the stats. You're saying, wow, do I have to talk to 100 people? Maybe. Maybe you have to talk to 1,000. You think about how many people that Sam's talked to, Arthur's talked to, Adam's talked to in our careers. That tens of thousands, guys, tens of thousands. I mean, I've had some ad calls on my ad calls years ago, Sam, where I got 60 phone calls in one day. One day. I mean, if you saw my logbooks, guys, and it has name, address, time they're coming in, what the response, I used to put in their, what their likes and don't likes. I had to write it on every person. I have that whole logbook. I still got all my own. I got stacks of logbooks, guys, of all the people I've interviewed in this career. So your whole thing is saying, wow, this is really exciting. Now take it to the digital marketing side. It's point, click, and roll. Point, click, and roll. It's really that simple. We complicate it, right? Because we get into answering people's questions. You don't get paid to answer people's questions. Let the system do that for you. If they not listen, the less you respond to people when they go, hey, I don't know about the app, go play around with it. Put them to work. You guys you're afraid to put people to work. I don't know what it is, but you're afraid to go tell people what to do. Guide them what to do. Get in the back office. Go get some XRP. Get your business launched. Put people to work. Stop doing all the work for them. You're babysitting them. You're mother henning them. You're the mother hen. Now, listen, I know Sam's a mom, and she knows all about this, and I'm a partial dad, so I get that. So all that, I understand all that. That's an important thing, but we can enable somebody also. We can also start doing it, and all of a sudden they know how to work you now. And anybody that's a mom or dad, you know what I'm talking about, right? So that's the same thing as we're raising up a sales team. We're raising up a family here, guys. It's a lot different than just thinking I'm signing up in something. We're really building a unique culture, Sam, with people out there go. But great question. Anything else?
Yes, there's one question which I'm from Anup. Sorry if I've hacked your name. What is future star and superstar?
Future star and superstar?
Yes. What is I gather is what is the future for star and superstar?
Oh, what is it? What is the future for star and superstar? Is that maybe what he's saying or he's saying?
I believe so.
Director, right? That's your next phase. You've got to get to director 5K, 10K. If you're a star, get the superstar. Onboard 2 people, which you've already done, then teach them. Now, what if you say, well, Sam, what if I don't have somebody that one of the people I enrolled, they're not building the business yet? Guys, listen. You can place, if you do want to give people away, yourself personally, let's say you had a lot of people you're bringing on board. And let's say I had their referral link. Now, I'm going to end up losing some money here, right? But my goal is if someone's not going to pay attention, I'm going to prime the pump. I'm going to take their referral link and I'm going to place a couple people underneath it. Yes, I may lose $50 or $100 and whatever, guys. But what did I do? I built 2 stars myself, right? I created 4 more people to work with to help them become superstars and stars, which, of course, my business is going to monetize by doing that. And that's how you can rank up as those stars building. Until you prime the pump that somebody comes in and goes, I see it. I like this. This is awesome. They're bringing in people. They're onboarding people. There's momentum that's going to happen in different phases for your business. And it's okay. Sometimes we have to rebuild sometimes, guys. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not like, oh, it failed, or oh, it didn't maintain growth, oh, it didn't, do what they say it was going to do. Sometimes it's different cycles we go through. This is real business. We need to talk about this stuff because if you don't, then it's just pie in the sky. But Sam, to the question of is it star and superstar, what is the next point of it? Is to grow up to that director 5K and 10K and 20K and 30K, 50K and beyond. So in that list, guys, it does that. And utilize the facts, tell, story, sell. Utilize the 206 countries you have access to. Utilize learning new industry terms for all of us. Utilize what does the product package offer. Well, what does our product package offer right now, guys? Let's talk a little bit about that. You've got all the new numbers here, right? You see all the packages. Look at what we bring to the table for each one of our package points. Each one of this, all the way to the 14th. So here we are. You know, you've got April 1st to April 14th. Here's the what you get. So when you present to somebody, when you say, well, where should I get started? Well, listen, I did the $500 package because I saw you can get 27,000 credits and almost 6,000 super tokens, right? These are staking tokens. And guys, here, look at. I'll show you. Sam saw this before. I have one of my staking platforms I use. And Sam, you won't believe it, but I'll tell you. I started with guys with I think it was 1 million coins in this. And this is staking real time, and this is happening. And I started with like maybe I think it was $1,000 or $1,200. This is after 2 years, guys. This is what your staking is going to kind of look like, right? But they took all my staking earnings and they rolled it into my staking. Now it's worth 10,000 USD from $1,000 just a year and a half ago. Now, guys, that's 3 million coins. Now, I don't know what our super token is going to come out at, but this one's like at 2 or 3 cents. Think about it. It has 3 million. Look at what it's paying me in rewards, right? Every single day. This one just came out April, 5,400 staking tokens. Boom. Put right into my account. This is where we're going, guys. This is the backside of the compensation, or really the reward system, right? But we're building the network right now. We're building the community. That's all future stuff for us. But so if you're holding these super tokens and they're automatically staked, when it gets into the blockchain, and it's already there now, but I mean, you'll have full access to it from your back office. You can go in and look at it, guys, which is great. But your revenue is coming from where? Onboarding people in commissions, bonuses, overrides, performance club, all the things that we do every day. That's your main source of revenue right now. Then it'll, of course, be gain credit usage and then staking, right? I mean, really, the crypto rewards right behind that. So you think about having 1 million super tokens. You know, there's people going in, Sam, buying an extra product for themselves. They're onboarding a family member, buying another $500 package. Guys, we just opened up the $1,000 and $2,500 pack orders. You can buy these now. You don't have to go through the stair step point of 500 and then jump to the 1,000 and then jump to the 2,500. You can go in and get started there. This is a huge deal, guys. I'm just telling you, you've got to remember, someone holding Bitcoin, like I can hold this coin, right, guys, this Bitcoin right here, I can hold it. But if I don't put it to work every day, it's absolutely meaningless. I have to put it to work. So staking does that. The reward system does that. But for you and I building the network community, make sure you have your right terminology down. And what I mean by that is, if I let somebody come into a Zoom from Arthur or Samantha or Adam, I don't have to worry about it. I know they're saying the same thing that I'm saying. Because if they're not, and my new prospect's confused, then we've got to get on the same page, right? I feel that comfortable that I can bring anybody to any one of those Zooms and many others. The Indian Zooms we do in Hindi. Of course, we got the different ones in Asia. We got other ones in German. I mean, wide open, guys. It's wide open. So these are the numbers all the way to the 14th. So it's right, guys, after this weekend. We got a holiday weekend here worldwide, right? Monday, game time. Tomorrow night, we'll kick things off for the week in our new Kick in the App scheduled time, 7 p.m. Now, Eastern Standard Time. We have to use that slot because right now, with all the updates they're doing with the app, they have a certain what they call a maintenance schedule time, and it really falls dead smack in the middle of our Kick in the App. You'll see that. Now, here's the most exciting. You guys ready? U.S., Canada, really all over the world. If you guys got your leaders that are ranking up, make sure you send that over. So congratulations, Ron, Henry, Richard, Diana, 5K directors, fantastic job out there. Director 10K, Sharona, fantastic. Director 20K, Jeffrey, and Director 30K, Corey. Now, Corey's volume, just to let you guys know, he's just shy of 100,000. Now, he's using the 40% rule, but he's qualified third. It's not going anywhere. He can continue to use that volume to rank up. So what is he doing? He's onboarding more people. He's helping people that are in his team rank up to Director 5K, 10K. He could have 10 personals, right? Think about this. Write it down, guys. In a circle. Put 10 people in a circle. And you have one leg, let's say, that's doing 50,000 in volume or 20,000 in volume or even 10,000 in volume. You can use all that volume towards your ranking up, right? But now you're going to have to take 40% of the next 3 or 4 or 5, how many personals you have, and use 40%. So let's say you had a group that's doing 1,000. How much could you take out of that? 400. You had a group doing 2,000. How much could you take out of that? You have, of course, 800, right? So you take the numbers and you look at the percentage you can pull out. That's a 40% rule. 40% rule is pretty attractive in the space. And it's designed so you can move up through the directorship, director 5K, 10K, 20K, 30K, 50, 100, again, up to all the way up to legend. So congratulations to all of you. You want to make that success with Super One in our lunchtime live. We're going to be selecting more of those guests that'll be on there that are building long-term. Guys, we really want people long-term building because remember, people are watching your Facebook account, right? You go ahead, promote something else. Promote some other company. Try to get other people involved in something else. And I guarantee you watch, people won't be with you very long. Why? Because you're dabbling in too many things and you can't even get focused on one thing. Get your income up to $100,000 a month with Super One, guys, and I'm telling you, you won't look anywhere else. Get it up to $5,000 a month. Get it up to $10,000 a month. Some of you guys have made more, 10 times more than you did than what you started with. Some of you started with $100. What's your monthlies, guys? Do you spend any money on advertisement? Phone bill, maybe? Cell phone bill? That's all your expenses are, guys. There's nothing else here to really expenditure on. So what do? You pour it into your sales team. Well, I'm doing it this week. And Samantha, I sent this off to Corey and also for our 10K. It's going to be our 5K, 10K, 20Kers and 30Kers. This right here, guys, a preloaded Bitcoin. And on the back, I can load it with Bitcoin. This is going to be cool, guys. We're going to have our own super token. I'm not going to use the company name. Doesn't matter. But this right here is a friend of mine, and he sent this off to me. I said, hey, can I use it to load it up? He's like, yeah. This is going to be cool because having our own super token in the very near future. Andreas talked about it a long time ago, but you know what? It's going to come to fruition, and we're going to load that up. So congratulations, guys. They're in the mail, coming your way. Sam's like, oh, wait a minute. He must be spending more money. But listen, guys, we believe in what we're building here. We really do. We pour into people's lives every day, same as you are doing. Realize that. Do you understand, guys? You're in the top 3% way of thinking out there in life. You're giving people hope of coming out of the job market, starting their own business, and building a dynasty together. So congratulations. Again, Sharona always here every single week with us. Fantastic. Jeffrey, he's on fire. That guy's off. I mean, he's just a bouncing, enthusiastic dude. I'm going to tell you, fantastic. If you saw his testimony, guys, I'm sharing with you. Our CEO sent me a message after he saw that presentation from Jeffrey. And you know what? He says, incredible. That's what our CEO said. After hearing that interview that Jeffrey did, our CEO sent over a message, guys, true story right here, and he says, incredible. And he says, great work, Jeff. Boom. Fantastic. From the CEO of Super One to Jeffrey. And who did it? Corey, of working side by side with Jeffrey. Great leadership. Of course, obviously, that exudes out of that gentleman. He's got wait till you see this guy's presentation, because we're getting ready to train him up to hand over the baton to start doing live presentations with it. Because I'll tell you, I remember I did one of the first ones with Corey. Corey had like 70 people on the Zoom. And he did a Zoom with 3 videos that he pulled from our website, pulled it all. So I'm like, holy smokes, man. I'm like, literally like, sign me up all over again. It was that good. And he's got a heart of gold. He loves helping people advance in life. And so do you. Seriously, folks, if you realize what you've got your hands on here, you're just going to be, it's way more than a game. It's the game of life, we'll call it. And it's the vehicle that we're driving right now. And the more that we get more time freedom together, think about how we can, guys, I'm just telling you, think about paying down all your bills, all your expenses, all credit cards, all your mortgage, all that. Think if Super One was what did it for you. If you heard Jeffrey's story, it not only got him into the place that he's living now, but also the passion for what he's building now, and what a testimony he has. And if you haven't seen it, we'll put that recording back in there. It's only a 15-minute lunchtime live, but it is success with Super One. So congratulations, hopefully out of our super set of guys. So what do? Well, you've got to make sure you maximize your business, guys. You want to make sure that you understand about this right here all the way till April 14th. That's the next release all the way till then. I should say our drops. And again, why are we dropping the credits and tokens? Because we're getting to game time. Game time, when that comes in, it's getting a pre-package. So guys, get your people some tokens, get them some rewards, get them some credits, get ready to go. You'll be also able to allocate these to new fans coming into your business. Even also affiliates, you'll be able to allocate that. And NFTs in our store opening up in April, I'm telling you, that is going to be another game changer, because now you'll be able to use all the things that you bought, even the last month, this month, the month before, and also you can share with people the success you built in your income here at Super One. Sam, thanks for being with us. Always, her and I, we love being with you on Saturday, guys. Really, I mean, it's almost 10 o'clock her time out there in Australia time in the evening, everywhere around the world. Thanks. Send those success stories to either Samantha or myself or Arthur, Adam, in the Facebook community, guys. We're going to put together our collage of success stories with Super One. Don't miss it. All the content coming your way. And remember, also, our excitingwebinars.com/calendar. I want to make sure you guys all have that. I'll put it up here for you so you can make sure you also have the April update. We'll talk about that. But excitingwebinars.com/calendar. And also for all of our pre-existing for the swap, that's right there also for you there, excitingwebinars.com/calendar. We'll also have our new time slot, 7 p.m. tomorrow night at our Kick in the App. It's going to be an exciting time. We'll put that in there for everybody. Hey, everybody, thanks for being with us on our Super Saturday. Hopefully you learned a lot. Now let's go apply it. Let's go rank up. What is it? 72 hours, star, superstar, and, of course, monetize your organization, draw out your group. Of course, make your list. Let's get some XRP. Get enough XRP also for your people that you're onboarding. You want to onboard even faster? You not to try to do it for them, but get them ready to build. You got some family, friends that may not have that. Guys, XRP is very reasonably cost. You want to put 500, 1,000, 2,000 into your business? What better way to onboard somebody into your business that turns around and onboards with a paid package, and you get paid right immediately right back? And you can even take your earnings and those XRP and reverse it right back into you're building into your business. So excitingwebinars.com/calendar. Thanks for being with us, Sam, and I really appreciate you being here today. Everybody stayed on board. Fantastic size group, big group. You'll see the replay in there. God bless. Have a great weekend. Welcome to Super One.